How's it going, everyone? My name is Mando.
My name is Papo.
And my name is Baki.
So before we start our episode, I'd just like to make a small announcement. If you'd like to support our podcast, you could do so by leaving us a review on any platform you're listening to us on. And you could also follow our social media. The link will be in our description. And yeah, we'd appreciate it, and it helps out a ton. So with that being said, I guess we could start this episode, guys.
Yeah. And sorry for not being on the last episode, guys.
Fuck you.
Had to deal with some personal things.
He had to do some like sex changing.
He does
like
OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, that too. He sells pictures of his toes.
Yeah, my left one's especially.
Yeah. He has like two different sides. Like one he grows out his toenails, the other one he doesn't.
Yeah, one's the clean side, one's the dirty side.
Nah,
y'all just gotta let me know.
The dirty side. The dirty side. He says it's the dirty side, but it's really like polish and shit. He says he likes gel. So if you guys want to send money over.
Dude, there's people that actually pay for that though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, bro. I've
seen. I'm not joking right now.
I know you're not, but I'm
guy.
just saying, like, it's just crazy that there's people out there like they were willing to pay for someone
like
to see
just
someone
toes though.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
come
what the-
on. Like I understand like some people like will pay for like I guess some titties.
Bro,
Well,
was
that's
funny.
what I'm saying.
I saw this video, right? And it was, this guy was like, "What do you do for work?" She was like, "I sell my dirty underwear."
Oh, that's another stupid thing too.
fuck?
No.
And the guy was like, "What? You like shit in your pants or some shit, or you just use them and then send them?" She was like, "Whatever they ask."
See, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
That's wild.
That's
who does that though? Like, you never know. Like, there might be people you work with, like you don't know, like they might look normal, but they low-key be
into
doing
some
weird stuff
freaky
like that.
shit.
Bro, like you never know. There was I don't remember where the fuck it was, but it was a job, and there was this female that worked with us. I can't fucking remember where the fuck this was, but supposedly she had OnlyFans on the side, and I was like, and everybody would like make a big deal out of it, and I was like, I understand, but I mean, just to pay for booty, I don't think so.
I don't know, dude.
Pay to watch.
Yeah,
Pay to watch something you can't even
like
nothing, dude.
Yeah, I might as well go to a strip club. I would be able to like throw some money and tap some asses, but nah.
Yeah, but then you go from that to paying somebody to see their toes, though.
Oh yeah. That's where we were going at. But,
Stupid, bro. Like, how stupid is that?
Yeah, nah.
And there's people that are making a bunch of money out of that, man. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. It's fucking psychotic. I feel like you pay for that shit. You got something wrong with you, son. I can't.
yeah,
I
people
can't
get
pay
some
for
weird-
some toes. Like I said, maybe some titties, but not some toes. No. So how about that fucking election, bro?
It was.
I mean,
Results were a landslide, but there was at one point where it got a little iffy.
I just think it was expected, though.
But yeah, it was.
I mean, honestly, though,
Well,
if you
I
really
won't-
thought that she was gonna win, though, I don't know what's wrong.
I
with you.
know.
won't
I
lie,
honestly thought
I'm
that it was gonna be
surprised that a lot of
stolen.
the Democratic states had a lot of like Republican votes.
So what? I don't know. I have to check it out. But they said like where the states she mostly won were like 20 states or some shit like that. Where she won at, they weren't requiring voter ID.
Yeah, they didn't
So
require ID or
What's that? What's a voter? Do they ask for like your actual ID
Yeah,
before?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all the states, apparently all the states she won, they didn't require any type of ID. No photo ID, no nothing. Absolutely. You could just walk
Did
in
you
and
guys
vote.
Oh yeah, I definitely voted.
Did they ask for your ID?
Yeah,
They didn't.
they didn't ask you.
No.
They asked you for
I
your
voted
ID?
for her, though.
Maryland was one.
You know
Maryland
who
was
I
one of the
voted for?
ones that
Whoever the
wasn't
third
asking for
person
ID.
was.
For real, they asked
They
me
didn't.
for mine.
I show up, right? I show up.
She probably asked me because my shit says Republican though.
Dude, here's how thing. I
yeah.
showed up, right? And I get to the place because I went after work. There was not a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wearing a black hat. Like a gold hat, right? It's nothing. It's just black. And I had it backwards, right? So I get in and I'm waiting in line. And then this lady, she sees me. She comes to me. She said, how you doing? And I'm like, good. And then she goes, because... Listen, I always wear the same hat. It's not that I chose to wear that day. It's black and it's got some red letters, right? And she looked at me. She said hi to me, and then she goes, like she literally was trying to see what the back of the hat said. She really thought I had some Trump supporters. Or some shit.
Because like there's like a black MAGA
yeah,
hat
that's
now.
what she thought it was. Because she went around and she looked at me, and then she's like, "Okay, you can go ahead." Then I was like, "All right, do you need my ID?" She's like, "No." "Do you need this letter?" She's like, "No." She was like, just give me the paper.
Yeah,
So this is
one of
weird,
them.
bro. I'm like, is this normal? And apparently it is normal. But my dad was like, this is not normal. Well, I don't know. But like I said,
I
like,
don't think that's normal.
but I mean, I asked other people and they're like, yeah, they do that. Like, it's nothing like,
Nah.
So is it
they
like
asked me
different
for my ID?
So is it like different county? They probably ask different things.
Nah, bro.
Or is it just?
It's the propaganda machine.
I mean, they
It's
do
just-
ask you for your name, your date of birth, your address and stuff like that. But I don't know. I
I feel like you'd have to
last time
find
I
a
voted. I don't remember if they asked me for ID.
I feel like they'd need a way to fucking verify that you are the person you're saying you are. Like,
Hey.
I could just go in and be like, I'm fucking Jose Perez.
Hey, dude, imagine you showed up and he's like, it seems like you already voted.
Oh, no.
Somebody else uses
Yeah.
your name.
I'm sucker punching the shit
That's
out
what
of
I'm
somebody,
saying. Like,
dude.
I would feel like that would have to be like a requirement for all states,
Yeah.
asking for ID,
Yeah. No, but I mean,
a
anyways.
photo ID. Mind you.
Anyways, we won, so that's what matters. But like, I've been looking at social media. Like, my wife was talking about how she lost like 40 followers or some shit about it, because she was like, "Oh, thank God he won. Now it's time to work on our country." So like, people got hurt, and then like she said that this one bitch was like, "Oh, if you're a Latino for Trump, you're a piece of shit. You're a pussy. And then if you think you're blue collar, you think you're just blue collar because you work construction for 2 days, but it doesn't take anything away from you being a bitch."
What the
Well,
fuck?
here's what
It's like, I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead, man.
And she was like, "Oh, I take this personal because of abortion. Oh, I take this personal because of my parents' legal status and all this, that, and the third. Oh, I take this personal because of Project 2025. Like, that shit wasn't even on the campaign, bitch. And not only that, dude, but it's like, you want to say this abortion shit, this, that, and the third, but it's like, it was a separate vote apart from the presidential vote. So nobody's banning abortion, you fucking dumbass. But these motherfuckers just get so manipulated by the TikTok propaganda machine, the Chinese propaganda machine, because that's what that is, that they don't even fucking know when they go vote. They're just so stupid, and it's just like, I'm not saying everybody, but the majority is just so stupid and just listen to this TikTok propaganda shit that when they go to vote, they don't even bother to read what the fuck they're voting for. That's what I think it is. Like, I think they get there, see Kamala, press Kamala, and then they don't even fucking bother to read anything else. Like, there is the question of abortion on there. You agree whether you want it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't Trump leaving that shit up to the states though?
Exactly. And then the thing
So
is that they
what
keep
is-
on putting that on Trump. But what were you going to say, dude?
No, I was just gonna say, because like basically you just say the same thing. An amount of people on social media saying like, if you voted for Trump, you're racist.
Yeah. Like,
Well, even if, like, here's the thing, even if you don't post anything that says that you voted for Trump, just because you don't say anything about Kamala though, then you're already a Trump supporter. Like, it doesn't mean that I voted for Trump just because I'm not supporting her though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. People think that if you're Hispanic and you voted for Trump, you're racist. How does that make sense though?
right.
But like,
You gotta
either way,
understand the majority of the Hispanics though, they believe in God. They're Christian though. And if you really believe in God, that you're gonna, even though it sucks because you're not choosing the best one, I mean, you're choosing the less evil out of both of them though. And Kamala clearly wasn't doing anything. She wasn't helping anybody though.
No.
Who was she trying to help? I feel like if she would have used like a better way, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna fix the economy, I'm gonna fix the immigration, I'm gonna help the immigrants here, them, you know, I'm gonna end the wars and stuff, and then maybe the last thing would have been abortion. She would probably be the president though. But the only thing she was worried about was abortion though. Abortion.
Yeah, all this like shit that doesn't even fucking matter, dude. And I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but like, dude, if you're Hispanic and you're attacking your own fucking people because they voted for Trump, that's insane, dude. Like, what do you want people to do? What do you want all the Hispanics to do? Vote because, like, I understand that your family might not have legal status. Trust me, like, I know people, but it's like, you got to vote for yourself, bud.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You got to vote for your family, bud.
The people that are
for
probably
like your kids, for your future. You don't. That's at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it's their problem, and like, I understand that maybe it sucks to hear it, but like the Democrats aren't fucking working shit.
Democrats, did they say they were going to help? Were they going to help the people here? Because last time, that's the reason why Biden won.
Yes.
And I voted for Biden, like I said before, because he said he was going to help the people that have been here paying taxes, and he was going to make a way for them to get a, you know, like a green card or something, though. Those, because, you know, those are the people. And honestly, like I said, we all have different opinions and stuff, but I believe the people that have been here for a long time, they deserve a chance to get a, you know, some legal status or something. Though.
Yeah, like.
But then again, you open the borders, you let anybody walk in. On top of that, you give them money, free housing and everything.
To be specific,
bro.
Yeah, like it's not it's crazy as fuck. And then the thing is, like I said a few episodes back, like it's crazy as fuck because I'm not saying like not all of them deserve the status. A lot of them do, bro. A lot of them do. And the thing is, like, you have these Venezuelans that have done so much dog shit in the past few months, past few, like 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Like, they've been doing dog shit. And it's like you guys fucked it up for everybody. It up for everybody. And like, if you guys haven't heard, there was supposedly a caravan coming up this way, and as soon as Trump won, they were just like, "Nah, fuck this shit. We're gonna go back."
Bro, a lot of that shit happened as soon as Trump won.
Yeah,
all the fucking countries were asking for peace and shit. All the ones in war and shit. Well, fucking Putin was like, he's down to negotiate with Trump for a peaceful resolution to the whole Ukraine situation. Like, a lot of that shit happened when Trump won.
Check this shit out. I'm about to show y'all.
I just say what I've really
Hold on. I'm about to put this on there.
But that just goes to show the person that we voted for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not even the president yet. You know, he hasn't taken office yet.
Democrats need to be mature,
Here's.
and they need to be honest, and they need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men. Mm-hmm. It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men. Things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found, when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before, a lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of,
with other Hispanics. You got some that don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
That's wild.
Here's the thing.
Like, I don't think Hispanics have anything against race. Like, if that was the case, I'm fairly sure when Ted Cruz was running for, like, president and shit, all the Hispanics would have voted for him just because he was Hispanic, if that was the fucking case. And we didn't do that.
We don't care about race, though. We don't care about, like, oh, if you're Hispanic, I'm going to vote for her. For you, Even though you probably don't know what you're doing, you're probably gonna ruin everybody's life. But you're Hispanic, so I'm gonna vote for you.
Yeah.
Like I said before, you could be my sister, my cousin, but if you're doing the wrong thing, though, why would I vote? Maybe if you're my sister, I'll probably vote for you, though. But, nah, I'm joking. Though. Listen, it has nothing to do with her being black. It has nothing to do with her being a female, though.
No.
You know what I mean? Nothing. Like, she could have been anybody. But if she was smart enough, though, to just know what people wanted to hear, though, she could have been the next president, though.
I just, like,
If
with
Trump
what this...
was a
hold
woman.
on. With this shit, though. With this fucking interview... This shit is the most disrespectful, most cynical fucking propaganda I have ever seen in my fucking life.
That's a
bro.
wild ass claim.
Like, that's a wild ass claim. Now, what are we doing? Friendly fire, bitch? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? We just mad that we weren't your little puppets this fucking year? You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck you, dude. Stay mad, bitch.
People just woke up and chose to use common sense, though. That's the reason. That's
yeah,
why.
this bullshit right here, bro. And then we, like I said, we have like these fucking uneducated motherfuckers in the community that is just like, they like shitting on you. Just because you work at for example, just because you work at McDonald's, bitch, or you work at a fucking kiosk at the mall, doesn't mean you got to be stupid.
No, here's what I think. I think if you're going to college right now, you are the ones that you truly supporting Kamala, though.
Yeah, no, it's college at this point is a propaganda machine.
Propaganda.
And kudos to you guys that are not letting this fucking propaganda, get into your fucking head. Play the system, fuck it, hide your conservative views, but don't let it corrupt you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit corrupt you, because that shit is bullshit. But yeah.
Dude, there's a professor saying that if you voted for Trump, you should kill yourself. Have you guys heard about that?
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
Yo.
that just goes to show you the type of teachers that students have in school, though. Imagine you have a teacher, a professor who's like, well, if you voted for Trump, you can kill yourself. So, of course, kids are growing up.
ridiculous.
College students are seeing that, so it's a normal thing. Why, though? Why can't we just teach kids that it's okay, that you're not always going to win? It's okay that someone else have different opinions, though.
Yeah.
Instead of forcing people like, well, if you don't support me, then you deserve to die. How? Why?
Weak-minded motherfuckers.
That's
dude.
And that's the reason. This
crazy.
is the thing. There's a lot of reasons why Trump won. It's not because the economy. There's just so many things, right? People just chose to use common sense.
Yeah.
Because why would I want a president that says that she's trying to protect female rights, but at the same time is letting a dude,
Take
go
him.
and take him?
Yeah.
How does that make sense, though?
Yeah.
What rights is Trump taking away? Females can still buy a car, own a house, go to work, have money, marry whoever you want,
Play sports.
play sports. I mean, the amount of people on social media is like, oh, what are you going to tell your daughter, like, when she asks you why you voted for Trump? Well, like, first of all,
I made a smart decision.
Yeah, I made a smart decision because I know if she decides to play sports, she's not going to have to worry about some dude taking her spot. She's
Taking
not
her
going to
spot.
have to worry about going to the bathroom and having a man just, you know what I mean? Like, why though?
Yeah.
What rights are you protecting? And
Right.
here's the thing. In my opinion, abortion, when a female has to go get an abortion because of medical reasons, I don't consider that an abortion, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
No,
though.
no, you and I think the same.
But if you're going to have an abortion because you don't like your boyfriend or because you're too young or it's because, then you should have made better decisions, though.
And it's time to face consequences
That's what
for
I'm
your
saying.
actions. That's what America needs: consequences for their fucking actions. It's basic. It's basic. Nobody's saying like I don't think it's correct that you can't get an abortion if it's medically necessary. My thing is when you're starting to do it because you want to avoid consequences for your fucking actions. That's where I'm like, nah, it's time you start seeing the consequences. And so there's like all these like, oh, get me out of jail cards handed out. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Just like men can escape
Child
support,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able to escape your little how can I say your little fantasy or whatever the fuck it was.
There's birth control. You can do it.
Yeah.
There's condoms too.
I know it sucks. I know the females, they might get raped and everything. But dude, try to protect yourself, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't go to places where you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll agree with rape too.
Well,
With
yeah, that's what I'm
rape,
saying.
yeah. But like out of rape and medical, you
Well, see,
shouldn't
that's what I'm
be able
saying.
to get
Okay,
it.
whatever the point of abortion is, why? That was her main point. Like, she didn't care about the economy. She didn't care about what's going on with the immigrants, which, like I said, they said that they were going to help the immigrants here, though. They said that they were going to give them papers and stuff. That's the reason why a bunch of Hispanics voted Democrat last time, though.
Yeah, past
That's the
few
reason,
elections.
though. That's the
Yeah.
reason, though. Kamala didn't mention anything. She only said that if you voted for Trump, you're going to lose your rights, so vote for me. And then her main target, like the main people she wanted to get her attention was like younger people, especially younger black
Dumbasses.
girls, though. And like anybody, honestly, it's not about the race. It could be Hispanic, white, anybody that, you know, their idol might be like Megan Thee Stallion or somebody just shaking their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, did she really? She was really just trying to make everybody look stupid, man.
No, she like she was. I feel like her what she was trying to reach was the people that aren't educated in these things or the people that are easily manipulated.
Yeah. Followers, basically.
Yeah, followers.
Yeah.
So it comes down to like I guess people woke up last minute. 1, 2.
No, I don't think
a lot of people. A lot of people. For like example, Obama. Oh, immigrants this, immigrants that. Ba 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 ba. He's one of the presidents that like had deported the most. More than any other president historically. So I feel like it's been a long time coming.
I don't think that it's that people woke up in last minute. It's that you got to realize that Trump supporters weren't able to like actually like openly do it because then, you know, the far left would want to go and destroy property. Because I was watching some videos and it was that like this person had like a Trump sign in their front yard, and I guess it had happened multiple times. And so the video was of this person that was supporting Kamala, right? And they were driving somewhere, and he saw somebody have that sign in the front yard. So he turns around, goes into the person's lawn, and fucking runs over the sign. But I guess it had happened so many times. The owner of the house fucking had put like these like traps in front of that fucking sign. And I guess it was like a 2x4 with some nails on it. And when he ran over it, the fucking 2x4 got stuck on
that
their
was last
tire.
election.
Was it last election?
Yeah, that was last election.
But
I don't
you
know what
imagine-
video you're talking about. That's crazy as fuck though. But
I feel like there should be freedom of speech, though. It's your house, your property. You can do whatever you want as long as you're not causing any danger to people. Then,
Yeah.
you know.
Like I said, like I mean, I feel like you should be able to do like put signs up and, you know, show who you're supporting, right? Without having the fucking risk of somebody coming and destroying your fucking property in the process. You know what I mean? Like that to me is crazy. Like it should all be fucking peaceful. Like we all have different opinions. We all have different mentalities.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like we shouldn't have to fucking fear that just because we put up a fucking sign that I'm gonna come home and my fucking lawn is destroyed or my fucking property's destroyed. You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't have to fear that.
You're right. And there's a video too. The same thing kept happening to a person though, and then he just connected some electrical wires to it.
Yo.
But here's the thing: you gotta understand. I like I said, I voted for Biden last time because he said he was gonna help Hispanics, right? Because the people back, like the first time Trump was the president, though, there was a lot of people who were doing some racist shit. Let's be honest, that was happening.
yeah.
Now, I understand if people are like, oh, if you're Hispanic, you voted for Trump, then, you know. But this time, a lot of people voted for Trump not because he's racist, like people wasn't thinking or looking. They look over that fact that he might be racist. I don't think he's racist. But people voted for Trump this time because of the economy. First of all, he mentioned God.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a video where he says, like, somebody told him that he was the number one person in the world that everyone knew about him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, what Jesus is.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you're Hispanic, if you're a Christian, though, you're going to vote for whoever aligns to your, you know, closest to God. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying because there's one of my friends from work told me, he said, do you really think he's Christian? I don't know. But he mentions God. And some of the stuff that he wants to do, it definitely goes with what the Bible says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's a lot of, like, I saw a video. Amish people were voting too.
Yeah. So Amish people are really Christian.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and they were talking about how fucking that they were really all for Trump because
His values.
And then when they with the whole Biden administration, their way of living got harder. And I guess they weren't expecting that shit. That's why they ended up voting for Trump.
My bad, bro. I was thirsty. I was thirsty, but I feel like I feel like we did good.
My thing is like,
I feel like we
why
did
is it
real
that people
good.
think that Trump is racist? Bro, he got a whole award with fucking Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali.
It's not that he was racist though, and I'm just saying this is just my opinion though, because last time there was people that were doing the most though. There were some people that were like actual racist though, right? But they changed. It doesn't mean he was the one doing it. It's the people that used to follow him that do them. I'm not saying now that people are. I'm sure there's people that voted for Trump that are racist. Doesn't mean the
That
rest
all
of the
of them.
people are.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Right.
So you could be racist and still vote for Kamala though.
Like the interview I just gave
Yeah,
up.
that was
Like
pretty
that was
racist.
racist as fuck, and they were probably voting Democrats. I was like, bro, that's all that low testosterone voting, bro, talking shit. But in all reality, I feel like we did real good this time around. And yeah, fuck your feelings, guys. We're not doing, like I posted the other day, I was like, World War III or cheaper groceries or our first home. Well, it looks like we're going to buy our first home, fellas, because this economy is about to be booming pretty soon, son. That's my opinion. And like,
And again, it all goes down to like, you can see the type of person Trump is. Because imagine, Kamala is vice president right now, and fucking all these countries are at war. Fucking Putin didn't give a fuck what Kamala and Biden had to say and shit. And then fucking boom, as soon as fucking they announced that Trump wins, fucking everybody's like, all right, we want peace. China's like, we want peace. Fucking every other country, we want peace. Putin's like, we can negotiate a peaceful resolution to the whole Ukraine situation. Like,
Kamala
it
would've
just goes to show you what kind of person Trump really is. You know, he's a person that keeps his word. You know what I mean?
and then like there's like a few talk shows. If you guys haven't heard of The View, talking about, oh, we should censor people, this, that, and the third. I got a clip of it. Let me see if I could pull it up. It's crazy how we've gotten to a point where people are actually down to censor freedom of fucking speech and are tripping about abortion and other situations that don't even fucking matter. Like, you all want freedom of speech, right? For your little LGBTQ or whatever the fuck, LGBTQ plus, you know,
Premium.
right? Fucking propaganda for our kids, but like at the same time, like you can't be shutting other people up over this type of shit. So here, let me put that up. Let me put that up. Give me a second. Let's see.
Regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is DC and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations.
critically.
Well, it would help if we could regulate social media, because one of the biggest offenders is D.C. and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations
It's
of
not going to
social
get any
media.
better with Elon Musk now in the administration. I want to think critically.
So
It would help.
they're talking about censoring social media,
And like you see it now.
and
we
then
see it.
yeah, and like they're talking about Elon Musk being a fucking problem. So just put that into perspective. If we would have had a Kamala administration, the Twitter or X would have been eventually shut down. Let's be honest. We have Zuckerberg that has covered up the Hunter Biden story and said that the Biden administration obligated him to. You know what I'm saying? So what makes us think that isn't going to happen? That wouldn't have happened with a Kamala administration. Us as a podcast, we've had this situation where we post certain things and it just gets striked, and it's like the most, like the stupidest things, or we just get shadow banned. There was this one clip I tried to post about the Russian jet doing the headbutt situation to an American jet, and it's just like, why would you want to censor that? Another one,
There was one that
was TikTok.
There was one that you posted and like fucking literally a minute later was fucking taken off.
Yeah.
Like-
And then there was another one that I posted about Zuckerberg sending his letter to Jim Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And that shit only got like, I was getting 100 views. No less than 70. And at the time we had about like 50 followers, 40 followers, and that one only got like 5 views. So there's clearly a censorship situation going where they don't want certain things coming out. And it's a fucking serious issue because there's things that people need to fucking hear, dude. At this point, you want to say that it's election related or it's this, that, and the third. But then what you're doing isn't election related. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to run something that it's, I'm sorry to say, it's on repeat, but it's a communist move, dude. It's a communist move. So I don't know. You want to censor information that actually has facts behind it, but you don't want to censor information that can actually cause damage to our kids. There's this one dude that's transsexual, and he legit goes to these restaurants, right? And he's like, he records himself in these fucking situations where he's like, oh, please don't call me him. And he looks like a clear man dressed as a woman. Please don't call me him. I'm he, she. I'm sorry. I go by she, her pronouns and this, that, and the third. And then when somebody comes up to him and then calls him a sir, he's like, oh, you just hit me in my heart. I don't want to do this. I'm just going to walk out. Walks out, and I'm pretty sure almost walks out on the bill too. I'm sure. And then
No, he does walk out on the bill. I think I know who you're talking about.
and then look, and then the thing is, like, he then goes to, like, there's this one video where he goes to like Disney and he's talking about how he's going to get his dick removed, and he's explaining it in these kid terms. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? And then there's this one that I have right here where he's basically dressed up like Miss Rachel from the kids show and is doing this weird ass thing. Let me see.
Hi friends, today we're going to talk about something super important.
Look at
what
this.
it means to be transgender. It's a big word, but I promise that it's easy to understand. Ready to learn? The first thing I want you to do is close your eyes. Now think, do you feel like a boy, a girl, or a little bit of both? Do you have your answer? Great. Now I want you to imagine that everyone keeps telling you that you're something else, even though in your heart, you know who you are. Wouldn't that make you sad inside? People who feel like this are transgender. And if you're not transgender, it's super easy to be friends with someone who is. Let's take our imaginary friend Theo, for example. One day you notice that Theo starts wearing girl clothes instead of boy clothes. And then they tell you that they want to be called Luna instead of Theo. This is so exciting for our friend Luna because they finally get to be their true self. And if you accidentally call Luna by their old name, make sure to say a big sorry and that you'll do better next time. As you can see, transgender people are just like you and me.
Bro, we can do that delusional bullshit.
Oh my fucking god, bro.
Listen,
I don't fucking know, bro. I
Listen.
feel like you could get away with a lot of shit.
it's a free country,
I'm gonna
right?
go to work, right? And be like, I ain't late, I'm early.
Right.
I identify as coming in early.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm just saying, it's a free country, but the moment you start forcing me to believe or act, you know what I mean, the same way you're acting, though.
Yeah, the thing is that, like I said before, it's come to this point where they think that everybody has to like coddle their delusions. When you start posting videos talking about this transsexual shit in a kid manner, like you're talking to kids, like you're trying to attract kids to it, you're a fucking creep.
Yep.
Dr. Phil did a interview with Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how in Howard County, Maryland, they will basically cover your kid. So like if your kid wants to identify under a different name and shit, like they'll entertain that shit. They'll entertain it and they will hide it from the parents. So fuck that, dude.
No.
This is
Who's
a big
trying to-
reason why I would want to fucking homeschool my kids.
No, why? And then the Democrats over there saying that Trump wants to control them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How though?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's fucking unfortunate, dude. Unfortunate that's what it's come to. Like you want to fucking start putting shit on kids' heads.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to be transgender, you want to be trans, whatever you decide to be on that day.
But you choose.
If you're an adult, go for it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
you choose that as an adult.
that doesn't mean I'm gonna treat you like an animal. If you identify as an animal, it doesn't mean I'm gonna treat you like an animal. You're still a human being. I'm gonna treat you like a human being. I'm gonna respect if you respect me. But the moment you decide to confuse kids, because that's what they're doing, then that's a different problem, though. How do you want me to explain to my kids, like, yeah, it's okay if if my kid's a girl? If you see a man and you're in the bathroom, it's okay. He might be a female. No. How are you explaining that to a little kid, though?
Yeah.
And like I have 2 daughters, right? And I would never take them into the men's bathroom. Never. Like, if I have them by myself, right, and they have to go to the bathroom, and we're out in the store or some shit, like, I'll tell them, like, go in the bathroom and tell me if there's somebody in there, right? If they tell me there's nobody in there, then I let them go in by themselves, and I'll be outside waiting for them, making sure nobody goes in, right? But I'll never take them to the men's bathroom.
There's families' bathrooms too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's family bathrooms, but some places don't have that, right? So
No.
that's the solution. You know what I mean?
If they really want their own, if they really want to be included, then
Make their own bathroom.
Yeah, their own bathroom. All they got to do.
That's the thing that they make their own bathrooms by just saying all gender bathroom.
Well,
No, I'm talking about like a third
if it's-
bathroom.
yeah,
No,
third bathroom.
that's the thing. No,
In schools.
they're
that's the
not
thing.
doing that.
They're not doing it. Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they need to do. Make their own bathroom, like a third bathroom, just for them if they want to be fucking special.
Sports, all right, cool. They should have their own league too. Like they should
Yeah.
have their own little section. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
It'd be
what they need
wild
to
ass
do.
bets though. That'd be crazy.
Because
Ass
that
bets.
way you're gonna find out, like, because there's a bunch of dudes that probably didn't make it to Division I schools because they're men, so they identify as females, so then they get this scholarship to play against females. Of course, you're gonna be better than the females.
Bro,
Yeah,
imagine doing that
so-
shit just to fucking get rich off of it.
No, and it ruins opportunities for
Well, that's
female
what I'm saying. So
athletes.
those are the rights that they're taking away. Now, if they really want to help the transgender, why don't they make a place just for transgender, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Like a
All the
division.
colleges is like, oh, a transgender girl went to a Division 1. Cool, right?
Yeah.
You're included. But stop taking females' rights. Actual,
Yeah.
real females, real women, though.
Talking about that shit. You know, remember, okay, I think it was the first episode we talked about Imani Khalif, the boxer.
Yeah, boxer, yeah.
So apparently it's come out that, what's the name of the girl that did the swimming and lost against Leah Thomas?
Oh,
Riley what?
I forgot, dude. I was watching a video about it today.
Yeah. Well, she was. She made a post on X supposedly, saying that they have officially proven that Imani Khalif is actually a man, genetically a man, and has a micro penis and everything. So that man beat the shit out of that Italian
So
boxer.
it's a biological man.
Yeah. That man beat the shit out of a Italian boxer, a woman boxer, and still won that shit, dude. That is insane. Like, do you know how different that is, dude?
Was that
That's-
was that genetic or was that the like they transition?
No, it was genetic. It was a genetic issue.
Well, see, that might
There's
be.
no
'cause it's not-
fault there.
There's
No,
no
I don't-
fault
I
there,
don't
right?
blame
There is fault. There is fault.
But it's
There is
not-
fault because
If they know
If they
that,
knew.
if they know
But-
that, yeah.
they're supposed to be like. How do you not?
No, I know,
Like,
I know.
like had male level testosterone. Okay, so why the fuck don't you guys fucking piss test people?
No, yeah, no.
Don't
That's what
you
I'm saying.
test for shit like that? Testosterone would have pulled up from the fucking rip, dude. Why the fuck not say, hey, whoa, why do you have testosterone and you're fucking competing in a woman's boxing match?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, like that's not like.
I'm not saying like what happened in that situation was right, but like genetics, I like to a certain extent, it's like it's not your fault. I get
Well, yeah,
it.
it's, you know what I mean, I get
But
it.
I'm not saying that in that situation they should have let that person fight. You know.
Yeah.
But we got people here. We got transgender men. I mean, women, like whatever. The man that wants to be
It's-
act. Yeah. They're better than females, though.
Yeah, in
Of course.
sports, yeah. It's always gonna
Like,
be like
what
that.
sense does that make? Like,
Yeah, see,
no, bro.
that is wrong.
When you're clearly a man, why are you allowing that, bro? You know what I mean? Like, if you want to compete, yes, but why are you? Why? Because that girl, like the one that competed against Leah Thomas, didn't she? Did she say that she was? Did she win or no?
Oh, she
What was
got
the
it
whole
eventually.
situation, though?
But the thing is that Leah Thomas won. They both like tied or some shit, and they gave it to Leah Thomas. And she was like, "That's not fair, bro. That's not fair." Like the thing is, like, how are you gonna give that fucking award to a man if this is a female competition? It's not cool. It's not cool. At the end of the fucking day, bro, shit should be getting better because there's gonna be laws placed against this shit. And on that note, like, bro, do you know how many women get fucked out of like scholarships because men want to be in this shit? It's a no-go, bro. It's no bueno. No bueno.
So, have you seen what's going on TikTok now? Females, girls shaving their heads.
It's the fucking
I think you've mentioned something.
yeah.
about it.
It's the B movement. What is it called? The B4 movement.
Something like that.
Some shit like that. And it's like it's
What
the
is this
4B movement.
What is this?
So the 4B movement is basically a movement that started in South Korea. And now women pretty much all around the world are doing it. So it comes down to it being like women don't like relate themselves to men at all. And they shave their fucking heads, bro. And so a lot of these women are liberals. They're all of them are liberal.
So they're a bunch of
They're
lesbians.
yeah, no, it's
just normal females.
There's just normal females going celibate just for the fuck of it because they're just like, ew, no. And so it's like this whole anti-men movement. And supposedly down in Korea, it's brought down the birth rate by a significant percentage. And it's
is that why they fucking made that post on shit saying that we're paying men to fucking go to fucking Korea and shit?
Yeah, so there's a few
I feel like that works. If
To everybody
only
participating in the 4B movement in the USA,
participate.
you've
Yeah.
definitely
Just a
seen the
small
discourse
group of girls
online
doing
from the
it.
other side. Not just threats of SA, but also threats of, that's fine, we'll just fill the US up with conservative Christian children.
I was going to say that.
But let me remind you that when the birth rate dropped 3% from 2022 to 2023, they were all freaking out. We need more workers for the USA. What are we going to do without more workers? So keep doing what you're doing. Let them squirm.
It's like you're not doing us any fucking harm. If you guys don't procreate, it's 10 times better because your IQ level's probably fucking low
How
to
does that
begin
make
with.
sense?
Right? You think you're like
they
doing
want to
any
kill
harm?
the babies anyway, so what's the point? What are you trying to do?
So like the thing is like people are divorcing
Did you
their
just say
husband.
womp womp?
No, yeah, womp. Like, bro, fuck them. So people are divorcing their fucking husbands and breaking up their relationships, their long-term relationships, over this dumbass fucking ideology. And mind you, it's targeted towards the more conservative men that they're divorcing over this dumbass fucking ideology. Do you understand what this is? This is basically what's going on in Japan too. So Japan, they have it's statistically, basically, they're not going to be able to upkeep their birth rate or fix the whole situation. So they're probably like, I don't know what period of time it is, but like in essence, their culture is just going to disappear because they've cut their birth rate so low. So like what they think they're going to do is, I guess, the same thing or some shit. I just don't understand.
It's not going to happen here, though. It's just, like I said before, if you want that to actually work, you need all the females, all the girls in the whole country to participate in that.
But even it being a percentage, it could actually cause harm in our birth rate. And I feel like that, again, is just, sorry to say it, sorry to sound very conspiracy theory, but it's all over TikTok, and we all know who owns TikTok, China. So I feel like it comes down to it being a movement to affect our birth rate and it make us weaker. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make us weaker.
Less people to fucking,
and of course, China is highly populated, so who knows? I just feel like it's just a movement to make us weaker. And if we put everything into context, at the end of the fucking day, bro, if like a lot of people have put everything in their marriage and just for your wife to fucking pull some dumb shit like that, a lot of people are going through shit. Let's say, like, God forbid, somebody's going through some personal shit, like somebody's husband is going through some personal shit. There's a high possibility there's going to be a high suicide rate after that too. Because a lot of these women tend to have a tendency of just fucking demolishing their fucking economic life, their financial state. Like just taking their fucking money, taking their
half
kids.
of everything, taking the kids.
Fuck half of everything, like 80% of everything. Men statistically lose a lot of shit.
Yeah, a man always ends up on the streets.
Most. Yeah.
Always ends up on the fucking streets. They say half, but it's always more than half.
Yeah.
You know?
So
the woman gains everything.
9 times out of 10.
And the man loses everything in the end.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10. And so I feel like this is just a very, very indirect attacks. You know what I'm saying? With propaganda.
Yeah.
And
but let's hope and that everything gets better in these next 4 years.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully everything.
I feel like I was, me personally, like I said, I believe in God, right? And what people need to understand that if you keep your, basically hoping that Trump is going to do everything that's going to make the economy better. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm trying to find a word that people are like making it seem like Trump is gonna be their savior though.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Remember,
Yeah. You can't
God
put everything
is the
on one
one
person.
that we have to pray. We have to pray that he helps Trump to do, make this country better. And if he doesn't, then we still got to trust God, dude. Like, we got to trust God in anything and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be thinking that Trump is our savior or anything. Cause don't do that.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't mention God. He mentions Jesus. And that's something I like. I'm going to be honest with you. Because a lot of people, they're like, oh, thank God. But who is really your God, dude?
Yeah.
Who's your God?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mention Jesus Christ. And
He mentions Jesus Christ.
that's what I'm saying.
as
That's
God,
the
you know
reason
what I
why a
mean?
lot of people voted for him.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm one of those. That's one of the reasons why. Because as a Christian, though, why would you vote for somebody who's allowing man to teach kids, just like the video you just show us, right? Indoctrinating kids that you don't need to teach kids that.
Yeah.
No.
No, they don't.
You're confusing kids at such a
Confusing
young
kids.
age when they don't even know half of the things you're saying.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
devil's work right there.
Yeah.
And then
Putting shit in their heads.
Yeah, girls over there doing that to their husbands. Oh, you voted for Trump, then I'm gonna divorce you. Why though?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
And it's to a point where like if you didn't vote at all, or if you didn't vote for Kamala, or if you didn't vote for her, you're wrong. You're racist too. You know what I mean?
Yep, definitely.
But I just honestly, like I said before, if the people on her team would have just helped her a little bit more, she could have been the president.
Bro, I
It
heard
was
that.
close.
I
At
heard that
first
she
it was-
got like she was one of like the highest people to have like that had raised $1 billion for their campaign, right? Still managed to get $20 million in debt.
Well, no, because like I said, she was just basically a clown over there, though.
Yeah.
Because remember, like you
Like,
mentioned that
imagine
Joe
all that
Rogan
shit.
wanted to do a podcast with her, but then they told him that he needed to go to her, right?
Yeah.
It's because they want to make sure that whatever questions he asks, she knows the answer.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
I was raised in a middle class family. It's like,
Listen, I heard somebody saying like, if you're gonna run this country, America is a whole business, though. You don't need no politicians. You need somebody like that
business.
knows business. Though.
yeah, that's what I
Because
see.
that's what people from other countries. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's a country. You need to know how to run a country. Like Bukele, what he's doing is like,
Oh, yeah.
that's what countries need to do, especially in like Central America.
yeah,
But in America, though, like United States, you need somebody that knows business. Because this is business. Everyone around the world, when they think about the United States, they think of money, they think of a better life. It's just business, though. And we need somebody that knows how to do that. Yeah, like, oh well, he had like, didn't he just bankruptcy or something?
who?
Trump?
Yeah, he
I
has
don't know, like,
bankruptcies.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that doesn't. Obviously, he's not perfect, though. You know what I mean?
And it's a
part
business
of it's part
thing.
of being business.
Yeah, it's a business strategy 9 times out of 10 to go bankrupt. You brought up Bukele, Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador. He comes from a business family. He's doing great work. He spoke to the president too. He's had Elon Musk over.
He mentions God too. That's what you gotta
And
understand.
he mentions God
first, and
doesn't even mention religion. His father was Muslim. I believe his father converted from Christianity to Muslim, and he was one of the first people to fucking bring a mosque to El Salvador. And like, he doesn't mention religion, and nobody can actually pull that out of him. But he mentions God, and that's a big thing. That's
Yeah,
a big thing.
I remember, was it Tucker Carlson?
Mm-hmm.
That's his name.
Yeah.
When he asked him, he was because he says that he was going to do so many things with El Salvador, and he was like, "Well, how do you planning on doing this?"
Yeah.
He was like, well, first you got to pray. And he's like, I'm not just going to be the only one praying. We all going to pray. If you're not going to believe in this, then... Because then he was like, well, what are you going to do with the people that don't believe in God? What about them? He was like, yeah, but what about them? Like, if we're going to do this, we got to put God first. And if you don't want that, then the door is over there. You can walk out. You can go away. Because the problem with this country, I understand freedom of religion. But at the end of the day, dude, we got to pray. We got to make sure we keep God in the center of everything. Because then, if not, then we're going to go through the same thing we just did this past 4 years.
Yeah.
With people that clearly don't want God in schools. They don't want God anywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I definitely know what you mean, man. It's hopefully these 4 years fucking bring prosperity and helps a lot of people out. But on that note, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Biden actually ended up helping him?
probably, dude.
Like there's this like fucking constant meme going around. Have you ever watched Transformers?
Yeah.
And you know that one I think it's like in the second movie where they put What I've Done at right before the credit scene, and they put What I've Done by Linkin Park at the end.
Probably.
So they basically like at the top, it's like, did you know that what you were saying actually harmed Harris's campaign? And then there's this one clip of Biden half turning around and just smiling back at them. And then the song starts playing, and then it goes automatically to the fucking credit scene. It's fucking hilarious, bro. I feel like low key Biden was like, don't let Kamala win. Please don't let Kamala win. Because he was like holding press conferences right when she was doing rallies. So it would fucking divert the attention from her to the presidential conference.
Conference. That was like the first time he had ever been in that fucking presidential conference room and shit. And fucking Kamala was fucking doing a rally at that exact same fucking time. Yeah. And everybody was watching the conference over the fucking rally.
Yeah, dude. And so JD Vance was like, if we win this, I'm there's no way that you're gonna take me out of the idea that Biden actually helped us. Because like it's just Biden mad coincidence.
Fucking Biden did more harm to Kamala's campaign than anything.
He might not be as retarded as everybody thought he was.
Yeah. No. Look, at the end of the day, Kamala didn't even look like she wanted to win.
I mean, think about it, dude. Like, all
she
this
looked
stress.
Scared. She just looked like she was like, oh fuck. I'm like, as the fucking electoral colleges were fucking being pulled out and shit and everything, like the numbers kept going up and up, and she just looked more worried every time her shit kept going up. I don't know.
Because think about it, like all the pressure, being the first female, and not being able to answer questions without having somebody tell her what to say. Yeah. I'm sure when she found out that she lost, she probably felt better.
Yeah.
She was all right.
She wasn't ready for it.
I'm sure she didn't even want to. She was probably forced to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know.
So we'll see. Hopefully she doesn't run again. Hopefully she learned her lesson.
Hopefully in the following 4 years, fucking JD Vance fucking runs.
Yeah. He sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going towards are really wanting Vivek to run again, because they were like, what would you think about a vice president role? And he was like, nah, I'm going for a presidential role. Like, he doesn't want, but I feel like Vivek, he says a lot of good shit. He puts up a lot of people in blast and shit, but there's a few things that I just don't agree with him, and it's more so like extremist type of things, because like he's like it's child support related and all that in the third, but it's just it's not for me. I don't think I would vote for Vivek personally.
Look, like I said before, I think a lot of the times when you vote and you have to, because they're not going to be perfect though. You know what I mean? They're going to have their some of them, they do the most. Just like Kamala wanted to change everybody. They want to attack kids and stuff. Of course, Trump over there trying to get rid of all the immigrants in here and just a lot of stuff that will affect people.
Yeah.
But then again, you got to look at both of them. This is what I was saying before. You can't just make a decision without looking at both or more, right? That way you know who's better. Because none of them are better, but who's less evil, though?
Yeah.
And who's going to cause more harm than be helpful, though?
Well, and I want to ask this question because I see that it's spoken about a lot. What do you guys think about, like, let's say, presidential candidate? Well, of course we got Trump right now, right? But in the future, with all the diversity that's going around, would you prefer a candidate with Christian values, or would you be open to having a candidate with, let's say, for example, Buddhist values or Hindu values or Muslim values? Would you be open to that, or would you just prefer Christian values?
I mean, you got to look at it like this. What are the chances that somebody is going to run with those values, though?
Vivek isn't Christian.
Yeah. But you think they would win?
He was up there.
Me, personally, I would definitely vote for somebody who has Christian values, though. It doesn't matter if they're a Democrat or Republican, though.
Yeah, I'd prefer Christian values, and not to be fucked up or anything, but like, we're a Christian country.
Yeah, and we are, and we were about to just not be there anymore if we come out of it. Because the moment you start, remember the video you play, I think it was at the first or second episode at the end, If I Was the Devil.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what they were trying to do. You're trying to get, they got God out of schools and then slowly taking God out of churches, because think about it, though. If Kamala was the president, churches will be forced to, listen, transgenders, gays, and everyone are welcome to church, though. The problem is that a lot of the churches, and I'm sure there's a bunch of churches there that will be telling you lies that, look, God loves you the way you are and you don't have to change. But I was, me personally, thinking that if Kamala was the president, she would attack like Christian churches, though, the ones that are actually doing what God wants you to do.
Yeah, the Christian persecution that's in the Bible.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, because they, of course, they don't want to tell you that. But then again, why do you think they attack Christianity so much, though?
It's a threat. It's a threat to the ideology of the Democrats. Here's I just don't understand. Here's another thing. Here was the great danger. So statistically, the immigrants that were coming through the southern border were getting flown out to these swing states, and I feel like Elon Musk said in the recent interview with Joe Rogan, I feel like they were basically gonna let them get amnesty, and by the end of, you know what I'm saying, by the end of the term, those swing states were going to be permanently Democrat, just like, for example, California. And that would have been devastating, because it would have been a Democrat win every single time.
So you were saying those are the ones that just got to the U.S.?
Yeah. We're going to be able to vote by the end of Kamala's presidency, and it would have just been a Democrat presidency from there on out, because the swing states turned blue.
That's what I'm saying. So how is it fair for people that have been here forever? There's a bunch of people that got here when they were kids. There's people that have been here for 20, 30, 40 years that haven't had the chance to get any type of legal status, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then we got people that just got here, haven't worked for anything, and those are the ones getting all the benefits. Yeah. Of course, since they haven't worked for anything, they don't appreciate anything, and those are the ones causing harm, just killing people, being criminals.
Let's just start off with the fact that, all right, that's fine, the whole legal status and stuff, right? But like our own citizens don't even get the fucking benefits that these motherfuckers get.
Yeah, and
like that to me is crazy.
Like there's single mothers that can't afford to buy food they can't. And you know, there was somebody that used to work with me, and she had to quit basically. She was like, because I can't afford, because according to the government, she said, I'm making too much money.
Yeah, and
Everything
you're
is
probably
so
making
expensive.
a piece of shit amount.
She's like, I can't afford to buy food, and the government doesn't help me. Notice she had special needs kids. Like, they need help, right?
Yeah.
Now, she was like, I basically have to quit and just, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I can't afford to buy, I don't know, more food, or if I want to celebrate one of my kids' birthday, I can't do it. Yeah. But if I continue to work, then I won't even have money to pay for rent. I won't have money for anything.
Yeah.
So, like, what about them, though? What are the people, like, that actually need it?
And that shit doesn't adjust to inflation.
Yeah. No, and the crazy part is, right, is that I was at that point, too. Like, I got to a point where, like, I wasn't making enough money and shit. Or as though I felt I wasn't making enough money to pay my rent, pay for food and all that shit, and maintain my daughters and shit, right? And so I applied, right, for benefits, and bro, motherfuckers came back and was like, oh, you make too much money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You make too much money. I did it 3 times. First time, it didn't even go through. It didn't even go fucking through. Second time, they were like, oh, we're processing it. And then for some fucking reason, they just like discarded it. The third time, it was like, oh, you make too much money.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I was like, bro, too much money. I can barely afford my fucking rent.
Oh, I'm going to ask you something. You know how he says that he wants to end the birth rate? Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about that?
So, birth rate. I feel as though in certain situations, it should be okay. But what I'm trying to say is, like, let's say you just popped a baby out. You just came here to pop a baby, so an anchor baby is what the term would be, and you just did that just because you wanted to secure your stay here. There was a good example in this. Okay, I'm gonna give you a good example so you guys don't misinterpret what I'm about to say. Back when Biden first started, there was this interview on Univision of this couple that had come here. She was pregnant as fuck. And she said on the interview that she had came here for the sole purpose of having her baby here so she could stay. She didn't want to wait until after the baby was born. She wanted to come here and have the baby so she could stay because she knew that the government was going to give her a chance to stay here and she was going to be able to live off the government. Those situations, I feel like birthright should be revoked. You should at least minimum. I'm not even asking, minimum come here, then you got pregnant. But if you come here pregnant and pop a baby, I feel like that kid should not have any citizenship.
So here's me personally, I don't agree. Like, that should stay. Like, this whole country it's not like the first Americans that got here had the babies and, everyone just becomes a citizen, right? I don't agree with him removing it. And here's the thing. There are some people that do come to the country just to have their babies so they can stay. They come in from countries that they don't make enough money to be able to raise a child, though. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with them removing it. It's just not, especially in America. It's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you said it though. You said it. They're in a country where they're not making enough money to maintain a family, right? Why are you getting pregnant? There's condoms. There's birth control.
You'll be surprised, dude.
Like,
I feel like
I'm just saying, like, why are you having kids if you know you can't maintain them? But it all goes back to the whole thing. These are the consequences of your actions.
And then not only that, but there's a proper, let's be honest. There's a proper solution to that. All right. You apply to come legally, and then if you can come, if you approve, your kid is going to get approved. There's also another solution. I'm not saying do it, but if you want to fucking push it and just come illegally and actually do your shit right and then apply for your children to come, then there you go. There's that solution.
So with that, what you just said, a lot of the times you can't because you have to have money. In order for you to come to the United States, how like they apply, you have to have show proof that that you either have business, or that you're trying to come to the United States to create more business, or that you have money that you're not gonna be depending on the country, and not everyone gets.
Or you have to have a sponsor over here that will be able to help you get stable. And if you have a crossing, what I was searching up, a crossing of the border, the cartels are charging $13,000 up, dude. It's just no excuse. If you can pull $13,000 out of your pocket, you can do this shit right, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But here's what like I said, me personally, I don't agree with him sending everyone back home, because a lot of the jobs, let's be honest, there's a bunch of, I don't mean to be racist or anything, but there's a bunch of Americans here that don't like to work, especially black people. Not all of them, right? Because I know people in the type of work that I do, there's people that are owners of their actual business, though, and they're black. But then there's a bunch of people that just don't want to work. They just don't want to work. If you're not going to pay them the amount of money they want for the amount of work they want to do, then they're just not going to work, because the moment they start working, then they're going to lose their benefits. So they'd rather not work. And then so we have Hispanics that are willing to cross countries, risking their lives, and to come do the work that no one else wants to do for less money, and they actually do double the work. Now, here's the thing. I don't agree with Trump, because like I said, a lot of people voted for Trump this time, not because they agree with everything he says. Me personally, I voted for him because, first of all, he mentions God. He says he believes in God, and I believe in God. And he says he's going to fix the economy. But other than that, dude, there's some stuff that I definitely don't agree. Like, he wants to send everybody home. I agree if you're a criminal, right? If you're a criminal, if you are driving drunk, you get pulled over by the police, and that's a crime. You're putting people's life at risk. And I have coworkers have died because of some dumbass decides to get behind the wheel after drinking. Those are the ones that need to be. I don't even think they should send him back to the country. They send him somewhere else, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, but if you get pulled over just because of a speeding ticket, and then you're going to send you back home, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Now, like we were saying, like birth rates. There's a bunch of people here that they come to the country when they find out they're pregnant, because there's just no ways to make money in like Central America. Just countries like El Salvador, Honduras, and todo, there's just no way to make money, though. And you're right, they have sponsors, though, but they're not doing it in a way like, please, basically, just. But what they do is that they get a loan, right? They get money, and once they get here, they pay that off. That is if you have the money. If you don't have any money, then you try to do it by yourself. Those are the people that actually get caught by the cartel, and those are the ones that are either end up dead. And if you have the money, then you pay for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But it all goes back to what Amanda was saying. Like, if you have the money to pull out your ass, right, you can do things right. Like you can apply and make your way here legally. Get your visa, get whatever you need to get to come here legally. And that would solve a lot of the fucking border issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the reason why we have so many people coming in all at once, like thousands of people, it's because I'm not sure. Apparently, allegedly, right? You know how social media is always like confusing people. Like the same stuff that I see might not be the same stuff you see on your social media. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they were saying that, especially in Central America, they were getting the news that if you decided to come to the United States while Biden was the president, he was going to get some type of legal status, though, in a way for you to become a citizen.
Yeah.
And so, whether that was true or not, that's what they were getting. So that's why we had so many people coming at once.
Yeah, that's why the border was fucking open.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right, but you that was the amnesty that I was telling you about.
Well, see,
they were gonna fly them out to fucking swing states.
See, and then that's what I'm saying. At the beginning, Biden said that he was going to help the Hispanics that have been here for a long time. He said that he was going to help them, though. That's the reason why a lot of Hispanics. Instead, he just went and brought a bunch of people. what about the people that have been here? Now, speaking of like the people who've had the money, see, here's the thing. A lot of Hispanics, they do talk before they're like, hey, I'm trying to move to the United States. Is there a way I can get somebody to lend me the money? And that's how you got the money.
9 times out of 10, that's how it is.
You don't actually have the money with you. If you do have the money, then yeah, good for you, right? Those are the ones that come here quicker. But not everyone has the money. What about the people that don't know anybody here, right, and want a better life? You know what I mean? It's a complicated thing, and everyone had different opinions. Like I said, my opinions, I think a lot of people here deserve a chance to have some type of legal status and stuff. But then there's people that just come and do crimes and stuff. Those, you know.
But like, I mean, I'm assuming that the people that don't have money, I mean, they can still apply, no?
They get
They
denied.
can still apply.
They get denied because, again, United States is a business. It's a business.
They probably get, but you got to look at it like this: like they probably deny the person because of the record.
Or no, that's because here's the thing. Or you can apply for a work visa though. A lot of companies, they do bring people for like especially if you do landscaping. You know, from March to November, I think they bring you here, and then from basically you work for 7 months and you go back to your country. And then once the work starts again, and they bring you back. Mm-hmm. Now they don't pay you well, but at least you get a chance to work here. Not everyone has a chance though. It's all about who you know and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. The East Coast does a lot of that for like a crabbing season and shit.
Yeah,
crabbing and fishing and all that stuff. So the East Coast does that type of deal. They get people from Central America to apply for these visas. And they get them. I mean, that's a pathway, though. It could always come. You know, you keep a nice, clean record. I mean, it's a pathway.
They give you the visa, you stayed, and then it affects everyone else, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't want to do that because.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just like you go and apply and do things right. Like it would just solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just just do it the right way, and it all goes like pray. And hope, you know, that you'll get this.
Like I said last time, dude, like the last episode, I said like if they would have helped the people that have been here paying taxes and doing the right thing, then those people would help their families and their countries come here legally, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be forced to risk their lives. Now, here's the question that I wanted to ask you guys. If, like you mentioned, if we would vote for a president that believes in God or Buddhist and all of that. Now, would you guys vote for a president that is Hispanic?
I would vote for him depending on his values and his policies.
Yeah.
For me, a big thing is policy, values, and that's a huge.
Again, it's
thing
not
for
even
me.
So much about race. It's not about race. It's what they're throwing out. You know, their policies and their ideas and their you know the things they want to do for the country. You know, it's not at all. Like to me, it's not at all about race.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have a Hispanic president as long as his fucking, you know, policies and ideas, you know, are to help the country and not to like, you know, drag it down.
And another thing would be like not modifying culture, not modifying the American culture.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, me personally, we like again, if we agree with the same policies and stuff that, like you said, not modifying the whole American. This is a different country, not Central America, not Europe or anything. But me personally, if I was going to vote for somebody that, you know, their policies are good for the country, it would have to be somebody whose parents were immigrants too. In a way, you know what I mean? Basically, like maybe the second, maybe first or second generation here.
So you're talking about that's like humble and shit.
There you go.
That knows both sides of the story.
There you go. Somebody like that. Not like somebody like Kamala who's like, oh, my parents are here, but she was just changing everything.
Yeah, use it as a virtue token.
Yeah, don't use that. But it would be nice to have somebody there. Would that make me vote for a Hispanic, whether he was doing the right thing or no? No,
but I feel
as though I
feel like as though if you had a Hispanic that knew both sides, you know, they would have good policies. Maybe there's. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that they'll have it 100. They'll be 100% to have, you know, good policies. But I'm just saying like they probably would have like the best intentions. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
at.
for me, a big thing would be policy. policy.
That's
all the
like
way
saying
through.
people like there's Hispanics in Hollywood and I feel represented. I don't care, bro. I
Yeah.
don't care. Unless I know you personally. I don't care if you have Hispanics in Hollywood.
Like Disney.
I don't care if they have a little, I don't care. Like, I don't feel represented. I don't need somebody representing me. I know who I am, and
Yeah.
that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Like
I
Call
don't
of
think
Duty.
Hispanics at all fucking care.
Yeah,
about that
like
shit.
Call
We
of
don't
Duty.
care about that.
Yo, Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty just came out. They have like a they them character,
Oh,
and
yeah.
everybody's like the '90s, bro. For real, a they them. That
wasn't even a fucking thing.
And then you have the Little Mermaid. That's a Danish story, and they make the Little Mermaid black. And then Netflix, man, making I think like what was it like
Snow White. Snow White.
yeah.
She's named Snow White because of her white skin, because of how white she was,
And-
right? And they made her what? She's Hispanic, I guess. I don't even know what the fuck she is.
But then there's like Netflix making like I think like Queen Elizabeth Black or some shit.
Listen, man, I feel like if you have
Fuck
kids,
are you
teach
talking
them
about?
about different cultures. Teach them that there's people that look different than you, so there's no racism.
Yeah.
And teach your kids that
Don't change.
you don't need to
stories.
be represented though. You don't.
Like, don't change
don't.
a story just to include other races. Like, I'm fairly sure y'all can come up with a fucking new story or find someone else's history
Be
that's
original.
actually fucking, the race or culture that they are from.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
don't have to change a whole fucking story that's been out for fucking decades.
Who's a famous, like, let's just say in the Hispanic community, who's somebody that's famous though, or he doesn't have to be a real person though. But
Bro, make them a fucking story of the fucking Spanish conquistadors.
There you go. Like, I mean, what is it? El Encanto, whatever that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
something. You know what I mean? That's
Make
the
that shit-
Hispanics. There is this. That's
Yeah,
what it needs.
make
We don't
that
need to
shit
have
the
a
fucking live action
Yeah,
one.
like
Don't
Vikings.
change fucking
Yeah.
stories.
Freaking Coco
Make
and
new
stuff.
ones.
Yeah,
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
yeah. Vikings weren't black. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real. I feel like once again, people got to stop trying to change the American culture. We come here to live into the American culture and adopt it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we could add our little own seasoning to it, but you can't pressure everybody to be fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know
United
what I'm
States
saying?
is just a mix where everyone's
Yeah.
mixed. I feel like you have your culture, respect other cultures, but doesn't mean that I'm gonna get mad at you because you're eating tacos. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, like, it's my culture. I'm willing to share if you respect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you don't, I really don't care if you don't. But I'm just saying, like
Like,
you
if
need
it-
to learn
like-
to just know that there's people with different opinions over there. Respect them, though.
Yeah. We're gonna get to this because I have a few things to say about that, but we're gonna get to that on the following episode. But because we're running short on time, but I have a few things to say about all that. But I mean, yeah, man, it's there's a lot to this stuff, and hopefully we get better within these next 4 years.
Yeah.
Like I said, just pray. Just keep on praying. May God be with us.
Yeah, and folks, I just wanted to tell you, if you guys voted, you guys did that shit, dude. You guys fucking did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm telling you, I was very surprised that a lot of these Democratic states, a lot of areas were
we're red.
voting Republican.
Like I said before, it's not. Just look at the Democrats. They were just a bunch of clowns just trying to make people feel stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just common sense, though.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we just knew he was going to win.
It goes to show that there's still a lot of people out there with common sense.
That's what I'm saying. Common sense.
Yeah.
There's still some
you're
common
right.
sense out there.
Yeah, dude.
Shit, I was. Don't get me wrong. I was fucking worried. I was worried.
Yeah.
Like we said in previous episodes, like a lot of common sense is gone. Like, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of common sense gone, but
I'm glad that shit didn't go worse.
I was
Yeah.
just trusting God. Whoever was, because here's what I used to tell people: like, if she wins, well, it was God's will. You can't change it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is God's will. I mean,
but it would have been a different fucking story. I don't think we'd be here right now.
but here it is, and
We probably been already drafted.
Shit. All right, guys, let's wrap this bad boy up. So, this is another episode. Thank y'all for fucking listening.
Yeah.
And
Appreciate the listens. Appreciate the follows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
man.
subscribers. The likes.
Yeah, just give us comments if you guys have any topics you guys want us to give our opinions.
Yeah.
We can do it. Like, just know that it's not like we don't care about what you might feel, but we're just giving our own opinions.
Yeah.
But again, like I said before, if you really want to support us, like you guys said, just follow us. Just tell us what you think.
Yeah. Link is in the description for you guys. And I guess, yeah, get us to 100 followers on IG. We're at 77 right now, guys. So get us to 100 followers on IG. We might do a fucking live. See our faces, maybe. Psych,
Or
nah.
we might be recording an actual video so you guys can see our reactions and stuff soon.
Yeah.
So
that might be coming up soon. And yeah, guys. Later.
adios.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.